I want to get into some things. You guys had some interesting concepts about how life would change in the new post-COVID. And here's a couple of thoughts that you guys had. Here was a call, gang.
Hey, bro, this Chief calling from Texas.
What's up, Chief? What up, Chief, boy? And you know this fella probably huffing on that bag. You don't get the name Chief these days. Chief used to be a Native American superior term. If you're a captain of the Native Americans. If you basically the Chris Pratt-Jawea. If you's a real, if you that top dog in the feather in that feather club, then you would get that name Chief. But more recently, Chief is more of a, little Gary does a lot of Chief in that hay. Sucking on that gas, bro, puffing that goo-goo. That herb, baby, that weed. Huffing that nasty. He huffing that Mr. McGregor's gunpowder, dog. I'm talking about marijuana. I'm talking about that puff, puff, pow. I'm talking about that poo, 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 to your brain, that dope weed. Onward.
I was watching the podcast of the fucking Ladies Night one. Whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah, it was Ladies Night, brother. Onward.
Watching that shit just now, you said, what do you think is going to go away in the near future? Talking about people getting their temps taken and shit like that.
Right, we were talking about people last episode. We were talking about people getting their temperatures taken when you go to an event. You go somewhere, and now in the future they might take your temperature, check you for snot. They might touch your kid's little ass or something, see if it's hot. See if you bring it in a little Timothy or whatever with that hot ass, because you can't do it. You can't do that. You're not going to be able to do that as well. You bring in that up temperature Timothy, it's not going to go over well with others. Let's hear more, brother. Thank you for the call.
What's going to go away, I think, you're not from Texas like I am, but they probably had 10 or 15 Mexican restaurants in Louisiana. What's going to go away, though, is chips and queso and chips and salsa, son. That shit is done, homie. That's not going to be on the menu no more, son, unless you get it individually. It's not an appetizer no more. You know what I'm saying? Because what's everybody doing? They're getting the chips, bringing chips to the dip, putting it straight in their mouth, going back to the chips, going back to the dip, putting it back straight in their mouth.
Damn. Lean with it, rock with it, huh?
You can't sanitize every time you touch a chip. You know what I mean? Them chips are just going to be too salty after a while. So yeah, R.I.P. to queso and salsa, gang.
Gang, bro. Man, wow, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah. Yeah, you're going to have to, each person will have to bring a couple of their own chips from home, I guess. And, or, I don't know what they're going to do. But yeah, you can't have that group. You can't have that swimming pool in the middle of the table. You can't have that little cheese fucking strip mall in the middle of the table and everybody's just scooping in, getting this, picking up a pair of Adidas or picking up a pair of Motorola or something, or get some speakers or some fucking Chinese food. That Chang chop, Yeah, they're not gonna have that group, they're not gonna have that little where everybody's just hands are in there, just that little bang, bang, bang up there with the chips. That's gonna be interesting, man. Yeah, that could be one thing that could go away. Now you got to bring a couple chips from home or something. You got to write, your name on the chip. Darren, Lil Ricky, and Lil Ricky got 4 chips. And Darren got 9 chips. Darren's big ass got 9 chips. And Hector over there, and he got, chips running his family, so he got 40 chips. Come on, Hector. No, you got 40 chips, bro? Shoot the 9-pointer, papa. But yeah, it's gonna be, because, and everybody, yeah, you're not gonna be able to have that meet up in the middle. of the table, that could be something that could change. Here's another thing. Let's go. How things could change.
Theo Vaughn, this is Pete from Central Pennsylvania.
What's up, Pete? And that's there out of Central PA. And yeah, Central Pennsylvania, if you want to see the Amish. And the Amish are basically like, they're kind of like, it's like Halloween, but it's kind of like the most boringest Halloween you ever been to, bro. And you got to work the whole time, dog. Anyway, they have a lot of Amish in Central PA. Gang shit, brother. Onward.
I live about an hour south of that Shamokin there where they burnt down the Dunkin' Donuts. You know.
Oh, yeah. Up there in Shamokin where they burned down the Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, yeah. We used to meet up at the Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, I had my parole officer. Sometimes we'd meet up over by the Dunkin' Donuts, bro. You know, I used to, use the can in there, maybe wash out my pants in there, bro. Gang. All right.
You know what I'm talking about. So I just wanted to call and comment about the change to the handshake you brought up on last week's podcast. Man, I came up with something the other day. I think it might catch on. I think I like to call it the ET greeting, where maybe you just outstretch that arm, stick that finger out, and just barely touch the tip. That way, you get a little greeting, but you can also maintain that social distance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it also might change the meaning of giving somebody the finger. So that's what I got, man. Love you. Love the podcast. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate this message. And could the handshake, we talked about that last week, could the handshake change? And what you would do? Because it does seem like a lot to give all 10 fingers out to somebody in a shake. So maybe you do that one finger, just that little, that ET, just that little touch me tender. And you would know if the other person's real wasted or not, because you have to touch their finger, you have to line fingers up. So if their finger, they can't even hit yours, then you'd be like, oh, this guy's all jacked up on something. Dude, and look, bro, I didn't know. I remember one time a buddy of mine, and he's a young homosexual fella, actually. And he's certified. He'll tell you he is. And he's been with men, and he knows he's, I'm not telling you, I'm not tattling on anybody's wiener. This guy's certified, prefers homoeroticism. And I remember the day he told me that he was, he really loved men like that, like a specialty. And that he really liked to hug men and just, like he liked to sometimes put his hands up in another man's shirt while the man still had the shirt on. And things like that. And he said, oh, I remember when he told me, I didn't know what to do, dude. He told me. And I didn't know what to do. This is probably about maybe 11 years ago. And I remember just taking one of my fingers, bro, I'm not even joking, and just put it into his mouth. Off of 23rd Street over there in Santa Monica by the park. And I don't even know why. And he laughed, and I kind of laughed afterwards, but I just didn't know I don't like certain interactions. You know how to behave during it. Someone falls down a stair, or someone falls off the back of a of a building, of a one-story, of a ranch-style home. You know what to do. You run over, you help them. You put your hand, hey, you put both arms on them. Are you okay? What's up? Somebody walks up to you, says hello, you know how to do it. You shake their hand. You put your hand out, they put their hand out. That's a shake. That's a meeting of hands. Each person brings one hand to the meeting. But they don't tell you what to do if somebody comes out of the closet. They don't give you, how do you behave? How do you gesticulate that? What do you do with your arms when somebody comes out of the closet? And I didn't know. I just didn't know what to do. I just remember taking one of my fingers and just put it right in his mouth, dude. And it was a natural reaction. It wasn't a choice I made. It was a non-choice that I did. But that's something that could change. People do something. What else? Now what do? Maybe you take somebody's temperature and slap them. Maybe you start smelling them. You smell the back of their pants like a baby. You know, I don't know what it's. Anything could be, you know, things are going to change. Another call came in. Things are going to change. Possibly.
Hey, Theo. What up, baby? Gang, gang. This is Ryan from Worcester, Mass.
What up, Ryan? What the F, baby? What's up?
I had a comment on what you were saying last week's episode about some stuff that we might start seeing.
Oh, yeah, brother. And you sound fired up, buddy boy. You been having Red Bull or something? Onward?
It's kind of the new normal with all this going on. And one of the things I remember hearing on some news radio I was listening to the other day, at outdoor concerts and festivals, things like that, they're starting to experiment with, like, they want to fly these drones over the top of the concert, and these drones are going to have, like, infrared sensors that can tell if someone's hot. They can see if someone's running hotter than the rest of the concert goers. So they're going to fly these drones above, they're going to pick people out, and then whatever the security there is going to go walk up to them and be like, hey, we got to pull you outside, take your temperature or whatever, something like that.
Wow. Yeah, I could see it. You out there enjoying a little Willie Nelson, you know? Or a little, you know, Megan the Stallion or something. Or Big Meg or whatever. You know, you out there enjoying a little bit of Skinny Adele. And next thing you know, they release a batch of hot hunters. Just they got temperature drones, just a bunch of damn freaking Fahrenheit Falcons just nippling at you. And you got one buddy, he's hot, bruh. He's hot, but he still wants to party. He's on a couple hits of acid, you know? And he's, you know, he's deep. You know, and he's listening to he's at one concert, but he's listening to another concert on headphones. You know? He's at Widespread Panic, but he's listening to Michael Jackson on his ear pods, and he's on 2 hits of acid. And he's running high on temperature and body temp. And he's saying, hey, guys, hide me, cover me. Because he don't want one of them electronic temperature birds coming and getting him. And then the bouncers come over. The heat bouncers. Hey. What's up, man? Are you hot, bro? It used to be you got to be hot to get in the club. Now, if you're hot, you got to get out the club. It's full circle. Hey. We need some ice cold bitches, man. Dude, only cold bitches. I'm talking about real, legitimate bitches. From Norway, Nordic, Greenland, Iceland. Let me get that Antarctica girl. Bring her to the club. Oh, she only 88 degrees, man. She could stay in. Hell, she could be an investor. She could be a silent investor. It's going to be cold people only at the club. People going to be wearing ice around their neck. Real ice. Diamonds ain't shit, bro. I need 14 degree gold. Do you have that? That's what I need. Because it's going to change. Everything's going to change. Is it, though? I mean, look, do I really think it is? I really do not. I really do not. I really think that we've taken a good measure of trying to battle this virus. I think we've taken a really good measure. I also think it's time to get things back going. And there's some people like, life will never be the same. You know, some people are like, man, you will never. Children will be born in incubator. You won't even see your child till he's 7. You'll never go on a date. You're crazy. You'll never wash your own ass, boy. You will never wash your own ass, boy. You little freak. You little bitch. But that's not true. I think things are going to go back very normal. I really do. I really, really do. Here's another call that came in. You guys had so many great ideas, man. As always, the hotline is 985-664-9503. You guys had so many interesting things that could happen, that could happen. Onward.
Yo, Theo, my name's Chris Jones. I'm from Des Moines. I just had a
What's up, Chris Jones? And I used to know a fella named Toby Jones. Or actually, Chris Jones was his name, and they call him Toby. And he was real, real white. And his eyes was always open pretty wide. He kind of had those eyes where, he would tell you he was going to sleep, but you didn't believe him. You were like, no way. And he was a young fella that lived by me growing up. And he was kind of tough. He was a rapscallion, and he wore kind of large shirts that were collared and just a damn large shirt. And sometimes his shirt was so big, he'd go inside. He'd be like, look, man, I'll be right back. And he would just go inside of his shirt. What? Where is he? And he'd come back out and have a licorice or have a Jolly Rancher. Like, damn, that shirt's come with a damn kitchenette. But they called him Toby, and he was a good friend when I was young, and he was a good kid, and I enjoyed I enjoyed living in the same neighborhood as that boy, kind of. Onward.
comment, just kind of an experience with this whole coronavirus thing that I don't think anyone's called in with yet, or at least I haven't heard it. So my uncle passed away a couple weeks ago.
Oh, damn, man. Sorry to hear that, brother. And R.I.P. to his beautiful ass, brother. And I'm sure he was a good man, brother. And, it's an interesting journey, life, because you can die. That's the real caveat. Onward.
All good. I'm not been out of shape about it really too much or anything. He was a good dude. He had stage 4 colon cancer, and he fought it for 2.5 years.
Oh, man. I cannot even fathom, brother, fighting something that is, in your own ass. That is, that's like a level, that's like a Zelda, or that we'll never know about. I mean, that is the ultimate Mortal Kombat, really, is fighting a curious disease that is inside of your own ass, body ass. You know what I'm talking about, butt. And I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Yeah, my father passed away of colon cancer too, and it's crazy to think that something could be in your ass that doesn't like you, or that doesn't want you to be alive. Onward.
My family was mainly grateful for that, and so he lives in Kansas City. In Kansas City, they're still shut down. They couldn't have more than, however many people in the building for the funeral. And he has 5 kids and his wife, and then the pastor and the videographer and all that, because they were putting the funeral on YouTube. So long story short, my dad didn't even get to go to the funeral. None of us were able to go to the funeral. His kids were able to, and his wife was able to, and everything. We just watched his funeral on YouTube just a couple hours ago.
Wow. So they YouTubing death. The Grim Reaper is upgrading his technology. That's what it's come to, people. The Grim Reaper is upgrading his technology. Okay? This man have to be somewhere watching his uncle die on a damn YouTube. Onward.
And it was just kind of a trip. It was just really weird. And I'm like, the emotion wasn't really there watching this funeral on YouTube. And even for my dad, it just wasn't quite the same. He even said something about it. Just, the human brain maybe processing that kind of emotion differently. I don't know, man. Just kind of weird.
I'm very sorry to hear about the passing in your family, and I'm really sorry for your dad. I got to see my brother this weekend out there in Ute, and it's a special gift to have a brother, and man, I bet that was really tough for him. But Jeepers, friend, when you hear this and how are you going to be on you? What if in the middle of the thing, you get an email reminder or a notification of a damn TikTok or something, and they're right there. Johnny was a good man, and he survived today by, and then it's like, ding. What if somebody comments on the thing? Gang, gang, first. What if somebody writes that on the frickin' funeral? It just, that's just the crazy, somebody writes first on your uncle's funeral. Or somebody writes like, oh, I thought this was magic, and I thought they were going to cut the thing in half or something. It just... it all could get wild. It all could get wild. Those are some great suggestions, man. Some great thoughts about what could happen. What could the world be like?
Good evening, good afternoon, and other times. Thanks for watching that video you just saw. It was okay. But the next video you could watch could be way better. What if you watch a video right now that changes your life? Well, you could watch this one, or watch this one. Watch this one. Watch this one. Watch this one. Ah!